Most people don't have self-esteem. They don't believe that they can make a lot of money. My friend, you can do anything if you put your mind to it. You only live once. Don't let your dreams slip away.
Now that guy was a total scam, but real estate investing is not. Let's talk about why.
Nice flipping choice.
What's going on, folks? It's Garrett from the Nice Flipping Choice channel, back again with another real estate investing video. Now, I personally think that real estate is the best investment you can make. No, I'm not talking about your uncle's invention that has a little robot arm that can put chips in your mouth automatically, even though that does sound kind of cool. I'm talking the tried and true investment of real estate. Now, if you're watching this video, you're either curious about investing, skeptical, or already in it. And also, if you're watching this video and like to learn about real estate investing, then hit that subscribe button for me one time and let's grow together. Now, the first reason real estate's the best investment is the easy access to funds. Real estate has some of the lowest interest rates that you can actually get to acquire debt for them. A lot of other things like car loans, credit card debt, you name it, have way higher interest rates and are much harder to borrow the money. Real estate's one of the few that before these past year or two, you usually could get for a relatively low 3 to 4% interest rate. Now, rates are higher now, but that's just across the board. You also can always take money out of your property by either a home equity line of credit or a cash out refi. There's different reasons for each one and there's pros and cons, so do a little research before you try to decide which one may be right for you. There also are a lot more private investors that will be willing to lend on a real estate asset just because it's something tangible and they usually know a lot of the different numbers when they're used to lending out their money into real estate. Trying to get a loan for your business idea is going to take some Shark Tank-like luck, so I would probably stick with real estate. Now, number 2 is natural appreciation. Now, does real estate go up all the time? No. But if we look at the past 50 years or so, there's been a long-term rise in housing prices over time. Even including inflation, the rate has still been steadily growing over time, even if there are peaks and valleys. Even the investors that sold during 2008 crisis, if they would have just been able to hold on for a little while longer, they would have ended up making a profit off of it. Number 3 is forced appreciation. Real estate is one of the few assets you can have that you actually can force the appreciation to go up with some smart renovations. Now, do the right renovations, such as bathrooms, kitchens, outdoor areas, and others that can vastly improve the value of your house. This also comes down to what kind of deal you get in the property to begin with, how much equity is in the places around, and how much the ARV is in the places around you. Don't skimp on hiring a good contractor sometimes if you have a lot of work, and don't try to DIY everything yourself because you might end up making the value even worse. Chill out, Tim the Toolman Taylor. Number 4 is the tax benefits. Now, if you like paying taxes, you might also like your steak well done.
And I'm not judging you.
But taxes are a real estate investor's best friend. Now, I'm not even close to a CPA, so I won't go too far into this information. But one thing to note is that real estate is one of the only assets that you can write off the depreciation, while in essence, it's probably appreciating over time if you're buying good deals. Now, there are a lot of fancy words like cost segregation studies, S-corps, all these things in between. So get with a good CPA so that way you can play the game right. That's called the tax code, and that would be one of your best pieces to have in the game. Now, number 5 is people always need a place to live. This is pretty self-explanatory. People are always going to have a need for shelter. So with that in mind, when you're out there looking for deals, real estate is always going to be an asset to you that you can be used to rent it out if you buy a good deal to start. If you're looking at the short-term rental market, make sure that the property can work as a long-term rental as well. You don't want to just have your whole plan off short-term rentals and then they say something gets changed in the ordinance around town or whatever in between. If it doesn't work as a long-term rental, you might be setting yourself up for some hard time. Number 6 is buying at a discount. Now, real estate is one of the few assets as well that you can try to bargain and haggle on the actual price with whoever you're negotiating with. You can't call up Charles Schwab and say, hey, Charles, I need Apple to be $20 a share. That's what I want to buy it at. I'm not paying it unless you give it to me for $20 a share. Charles is going to hang up on you so fast. Now, to get better in your negotiation skills, I recommend a book called Never Split the Difference. It's one of the former heads of the FBI hostage negotiation team. It tells you a lot of good tips and tricks that you might be able to use in your next negotiation. Number 7 is refinancing. Now, I touched on this briefly in the first one, but this is truly one of the biggest assets out there with real estate. You can get loans against stocks and things like that, but being able to force appreciation and have natural appreciation into a property can really make the value of your place skyrocket. Banks that love to lend on real estate, you'll be able to get your money out very quickly. There's a lot of different ways to refinance, especially if rates get lower. Say you buy when high interest rates are out there and you're investing. If rates get lower, you can just go to the lower rate. You've heard the popular rhyme, marry the house, date the rate.
I don't know who came up with that, or was that TikTok, or I don't know.
But it makes sense. If you start to buy a house now, you probably have less competition. Yes, interest rates are higher, but you don't always have to stay at that rate. If rates go down, you can refinance into it. If rates stay the same, then you're not at a loss. And if rates go up, then you got in at the right time. Number 8 is that it's easily insured. Houses are one of the most insurable things out there. There's tons of ways to get insurance on a property. Insurance is one of those things we hate when we actually remember that we have it, and we love when we forget that we ever have to use it. Make sure you get the right coverage for your place. And if you're anywhere near the coastline, I highly recommend getting flood insurance, especially if you're anywhere near Houston like me. Number 9 is the diversity of it. You can get into commercial, RV parks, storage, long-term rentals, senior citizen places, strip clubs, senior citizen strip clubs. All right, never mind. Scratch that. Just know that real estate is one of the most diverse things out there. You can find what your niche or niche, however you want to pronounce that is, and then just go from there and build up your empire. And number 10 is a proven track record. I think the saying is like there's 90% of the world's millionaires. Is it billionaires? I think it's millionaires are made through real estate, or they're involved in some form of real estate. Don't try to reinvent the wheel over here now. Follow along the guidelines of a lot of people that have laid out really good footwork for you and roll along with that proven track record. I can go on for hours about real estate investing, but let me know what you think in the comments. And until next time, I'll see y'all then. Peace.